Hello, I'm Father Joe Roesch of the Marian Fathers of the Immaculate Conception. Thank you for joining us as we continue with our year-long journey reading the diary of St. Maria Faustina Kowalska from beginning to end. Today we take up from where we left off, beginning with diary entry number 1719. During Holy Mass, I came to know that a certain priest does not affect much in souls because he thinks about himself and is so alone. God's grace takes flight. He relies on trifling external things which have no importance in the eyes of God, and, being proud, he fritters away his time, wearing himself out to no purpose. There are moments when Jesus gives me knowledge within my soul, and then everything that exists on earth is at my service. Friends, enemies, success, adversity, all things, willing or not, must serve me. I do not think of them at all. I strive to be faithful to God and to love Him to the point of complete forgetfulness of self, and He Himself looks after me and fights against my enemies. After Holy Communion, when I had welcomed Jesus into my heart, I said to Him, "My love, reign in the most secret recesses of my heart, there where my most secret thoughts are conceived, where you alone have free access, in this deepest sanctuary where human thought cannot penetrate. May you alone dwell there, and may everything I do exteriorly take its origin in you. I ardently desire, and am striving with all the strength of my soul, to make you, Lord, feel at home in this sanctuary." I heard these words, "If you did not tie my hands, I would send down many punishments upon the earth. My daughter, your look disarms my anger. Although your lips are silent, you call out to me so mightily that all heaven is moved. I cannot escape from your requests, because you pursue me, not from afar, but within your own heart." When the soul of a certain young lady came to me one night, she made me aware of her presence and made known to me that she needed my prayer. I prayed for a while, but her spirit did not leave me. Then I thought to myself, "If you are a good spirit, leave me in peace, and the indulgences I will gain tomorrow will be for you." At that moment the spirit left my room, and I recognized that she was in purgatory. Today I felt the Lord's passion in my body more than at any other time. I felt this was for the sake of a dying soul. Today the Lord has been teaching me, once again, how I am to approach the sacrament of penance. My daughter, just as you prepare in my presence, so also you make your confession before me. The person of the priest is, for me, only a screen. Never analyze what sort of a priest it is that I am making use of. Open your soul in confession as you would to me, and I will fill it with my light. Christ and Lord, you are leading me over such precipices that, when I look at them, I am filled with fright, but at the same time I am at peace, as I nestle close to your heart. Close to your heart, I fear nothing. In these dangerous moments, I act like a little child, carried in its mother's arms. When it sees something which menaces it, it clasps its mother's neck more firmly and feels secure. I often see snares laid for me by souls who should not do so. I do not defend myself, but entrust myself all the more to God, who sees within me, and I see how these souls become entangled in their own snares. O God, how just and good you are. Jesus revealed to Faustina during Mass that a certain priest did not have an effective ministry among souls. This was because he relied too much on his own strength and gifts and too little on God's grace. He was probably also filled with inordinate pride and a lack of humility. Let's pray for priests, that they would grow in holiness. Jesus gives Faustina special knowledge at times for a reason. His drawing back the veil of what is happening spiritually in someone helps us to understand how we need to grow in holiness. He gives St. Faustina special powers at times, like he gave to the apostles, to help with healings and conversions. Faustina welcomes Jesus into her heart as King when she receives him in Holy Communion. She wants him to reign in the secret recesses of her heart that are accessible only to him. We can learn from her example. And Jesus reveals that he withholds the just punishment from some because of Faustina's ardent prayers and sacrifices. And Faustina prays for a soul in purgatory and will offer indulgences for her the next day. We can gain indulgences by going to Mass, by saying the Rosary in common, by making a holy hour before the Blessed Sacrament, etc. There are other ways to do so. And then we should get to confession in conjunction with that within a few weeks, as long as we're in a state of grace. And we should pray for the intentions of the Holy Father, and pray an Our Father, a Hail Mary, and a Glory Be, or perhaps a creed, for the intention to receive that indulgence. And then we can offer those indulgences for the souls in purgatory. Faustina offered her experience of her suffering of the Lord's Passion for a dying soul. And the Lord teaches Faustina how to go to Holy Confession. We should imagine that Jesus is the confessor waiting there for us, and not worry about the priest who Jesus uses to give us the grace of the absolution. Faustina writes that Jesus leads her into dangerous areas, precipices like cliffs, and we can all be afraid of falling. But she's not afraid because she knows that Jesus protects her. And then she writes of other people setting traps for her. I'm reminded of the Pharisees doing the same thing to Jesus, and then the Pharisees becoming entangled in their own traps. Jesus defends Faustina, and he'll do the same for us if we ask for his help.